Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome back. Um, I have a few Elton John records um, that I thought I'd do a video on. So, in my previous videos, I've done um, the DJC series, which was the catalog series, which the original Elton John records were released in South Africa under the DJ M label. And distributed and pressed by Orton here in South Africa. So that catalog series was numbered DJC, and it ranged from DJC 30001 to 3029 if I'm not mistaken. So I've touched on these records before. These were the ML series. And I've done some videos on them. Here we have Captain Fantastic, which is ML4016, and as I mentioned in the previous video, this particular record had the nudity airbrushed out on the back cover, and then we had greatest hits. So the ML series was reissues that was done in 1975. So all of Elton John's back catalogue up until the greatest hits was reissued on the ML series, and then Captain Fantastic was released new on the ML series. There you can, I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah. So there you can see it says ML, and then in brackets below the catalog number it says DJC 3029, which was the original catalog number, which this was released a year prior in 1974. Then at the back you can see it says they're also available, or more Elton John records available, and it goes it shows the back catalog, which up until there's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road as well, Captain Fantastic. These are all the records that were reissued in 1975. And for the longest time I thought these were the common records, and that the original series were the rarities. And the reason for that is that I always had this in my collection. I'm not sure if I did a video on this one. I always had this Tumbleweed reissue from 1975, ML4007, and because I had it in my collection, and obviously I had greatest hits, which catalogued Tumbleweed Connection there, and Captain Fantastic, which was readily available. I always thought the ML series was common, but that was a misconception, because I found out afterwards that yes, the greatest hits and Captain Fantastic are easy to get in ML. As for the rest of the back catalogue, it's easier to get the original pressings here in South Africa. So yeah, I've showed the Tumbleweed Connection, which I've had for the longest time, over 10 years. Then I came across this. A few months back. is ML4006. Now I've had the DJC 3001. I've had a few copies of that. I think I've had 3 or 4 copies. It took me getting 4 copies to get the perfect copy. And I came across this. I bought it anyway because you hardly ever see this. But there's the back, blue scaled. The back of the jacket is blue scaled, so it's not in color. And yeah, this is a very rare record. I forgot to mention the ML records are all textured single sleeves. Except for Captain Fantastic, which is a gatefold, but it's also textured. Whereas the DJC, the original series, was laminated. Yeah. So the label looks exactly the same as what would have been used on the original DJC series. And so I'm not actively collecting the ML series yet. If I do see it, I will get it, because as for how it sounds, I still prefer the sound of the original records. This one is a bit thinner sounding than the original. The original one is more bold, more dynamic. And then I got this in the week, a few days ago. This one, Empty Sky, is a rarity. Before I got this copy, it wasn't even listed on Discogs. To give you an indication, I think there's about 11 of this listed on Discogs, and I think there might be even 5 or 7 of this listed on Discogs. The original DJC series, the quantities are a bit higher. Empty Sky, this is the 3rd release, originally released in 1969, which is extremely rare. I've only ever seen a picture of it, of that label, on World Records. Then it had the 1972 release, DJC 3013, if I'm not mistaken. And in this, the ML 4009, which was the 1975 reissue, and then they used the cover, which they used in North America. So yeah, I've actually put this list up. I've put it up now on Discogs as a listing. I've put photos of it on Discogs. I've only seen one other copy of that on Bid or Buy, which I never bought because it was too expensive. But yeah, this actual copy is the second one that I've seen of this. So yeah, that's a rarity. How does it sound? It sounds okay. It doesn't sound too bad. It doesn't sound that different from the 1972 reissue that I have, which sounds actually very good. It's a bit warm. This one is more consistent in that the 1972 one is, some songs are warmer than others, where this one is just warm throughout. the stereo images swapped around. So for some odd or other reason, they reversed the stereo image on the entire LP. These ML series, I think it's when there must have been some label change, because all the MLs were distributed by Gallo Interpack, and the originals were distributed by Auton. So yeah, and after 75, Elton's records would be released using ML catalog numbers on Gallo Africa. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and leave your comments below.